Hello everybody, this is Max Farrow from DexFXMarkets.com, and this is an introduction to Nadex Extreme Spread Signals. Now, we've waited a long time to present this. We've been in business now for about 4.5 years and never have done a spread signal before, only because they've been always very, how can I say this with being nice, very complicated. Okay, because there's a floor, there's a ceiling, there's a price and value, there's all this stuff that takes a lot to kind of figure out. And we were already doing so well with our daily signals and our other systems. But here at DexFX Markets, we decided to go all in. Everything that there is about Nadex, we want to be able to supply a signal or a system for. So spreads should be no different. In these lessons and course, you're going to learn what a call spread is. You're going to learn about how to use the signals that we provide to trade those call spreads, and how to watch your profit and keep an eye on your losses. And most of all, we're going to prepare you for CVG. And this is what we call consistency plus volume equals goal. There's an algorithm that we kind of came up with to sort of apply to your trading mentality and strategy. Now, a quick warning on spreads. This is not a set and forget process. You should be wanting to trade and wants to be able to watch the trade. Okay, we get a lot of phone calls and a lot of emails from traders that ask us if we have systems. I don't want to sit in front of my computer all day to make money. Well, I'm sorry to say, you may not have to sit all day in front of your computer, but you're going to have to sit in front of your computer for some time, especially if your trade is going your way or going against you or what have you. You're going to want to know. You're going to want to pull profits at certain particular times, and we're going to show you how to do that inside the series in future videos. Remember, this is all about the numbers. Lastly, do not be in a rush. If you don't see a trade set up, don't take the trade. Don't force the signal to be right, or have to force it to be right. The signals themselves are a simple time and price immersion trade, just like our daily signals, but a lot tighter in the market price and the signal indicative value. Now, I'll explain more what that means later in detail in other videos. The success rate of the expiry wins is lower than the dailies, but there are some things that you need to know. In most cases, when a signal shows a loss on the spreadsheet, it may have been a winner at some time during the life of the trade. This means you can use the data to pick the best signals, and even if they lose at expiry, at one time or another, they still could have been a winner and in the money and still make you money. Let me show you what I mean. In a classic spread, what we call a call spread, there is a ceiling and a floor price. As time goes on, relative to this box here, if the horizontal lines are price, and these are the two statement prices we give within the spread. And if we were to say that we bought in, say we bought in right around here, and we call this a sell spread. We're going to sell and going to go downwards because we want to buy our sell spread as close to the ceiling as possible. This is going to minimize our risk. So let's just say that at one time or another, during this expiry time, during this entire trade, the price had going down within our favor, and it was, yay, we're winning our money, we're in the money now, and we're doing well. But then later on, it pops out, okay? At one time or another, even though that this comes out and is a loser, no bueno, okay? At one time or another, it could have been a win. And so even though that the overall spreadsheet says, hey, it was a loser overall, that's if you left it to go to expiry. So if you're watching it, there are times that you know that I'll teach you that if it starts to break structure, that you can get out either for a small loss, a small win, or you may reach a profit center. How we teach you to reach a profit center on a particular cost on a trade. This will actually maximize your profits by not trying to get the most maximum out of the entire spread, but getting your premiums as fast as possible and then getting out of the trade. Sometimes this can happen within just a few minutes. Now, speaking of time, the time of our signals are the same as the dailies expiries. Now, our signals for the dailies expire at 7 a.m., 11 a.m., 3 p.m., 7 p.m., 11 p.m., and 3 a.m. Now, the signal for the daily extreme spreads also come out exactly the same time as the daily spreads or the dailies do. And the reason why we have done that is because the daily system is very powerful. With our daily system, we use the time and price format, what we call immersion trading. Now, we take a time and we look at the high and the low of that particular time as the market moves up or down. And if the market emerges past that top line of the high or the low between a particular time, which is proprietary, the signal is then considered a buy. And if it were to go out the bottom, it'd be considered a sell. Now, what we do with this information is that we use those top and bottom prices for that time period to create what we call our spread. And in that spread for us, for our signal, we say that it wouldn't come back down around this area, which is usually between 20 and 30% of that spread value. Because we know that if it's going to continue to go, it's going to continue to go in that direction, especially if we caught the trend. Now, with that said, since they come out with that information, the process is really simple for us. We use it in the same manner as our dailies. We use the same system and the same programs, but we just make it tighter with the pricing. The pricing is very important to us because it's what's going to give you that value. Now, there's an on average of 20 to 50 signals that come out a day. That's a lot of signals, and you have a lot of opportunity. Last bit of advice, take your time. Set up your window to trade with no distractions. Definitely work on the greed monster. Definitely don't try to be too greedy with these, that you don't want to sit down and try to think that you're going to get $50, $60 per spread per contract. It's all about seizing your money when it's hot, $20, $30, $40 right in that area, and really utilizing that process. Make sure you watch out for news. You can trade these during the news, and sometimes you could do really good with them, especially if there's a big push, and you already know that if you got your trade really close to a ceiling, no harm, no foul. The news may work in your favor. Now, there's many more trading videos to come. We want you to be able to learn a tremendous amount. And one last little tiny thing is to track your success and share it with others within the community here at DexFX Markets. Get started, have fun, and as always, trade well.